And now trying to make her way around, but goes to, oh, in the face! Absolutely fantastic. I would not trade this job for anything in the world. Well, now you may notice there's a timer at the top here. This is going to give you an indication of when the flag will be available for capture. There's only a 15-second window. Already an engagement going off, taking one hit on his armor. He can only take 3 before he goes down, sprinting his way into the tunnel. 10 seconds now before the flag pillar activates, and then have 15 seconds to get in contact with that flag pillar.
And we can see the 1 second is now up, and that goal can be captured. So now all he has to do is basically touch it. He's going to have 3 guys there, and as soon as he comes over the wall, he's smashed to the ground there with the rockets, and that will give us a 1-0 lead for Zulu Gaming. A fantastic start from them, and this is one of the things that you've got to weigh up. Do you go aggressive? Probably not. The fact is that your opponent's got that railgun. If you step out in the open, he's probably going to take your head off along with it. That's why we'll see a lot of people sitting defensively. There's the exact reason why you probably don't want to go offensive, as he gets taken down with 2. Crippler and Beyond Beta are now dead.
So he's got 20 seconds now to get in contact with the flag. He's only got a single opponent. He could take them all out here, which, needless to say, would make touching that flag just a little bit easier. Goes for it, misses the rail right now, trying to recharge that. A volley of rockets coming in here from the Beyond team player, missing every single one of them thus far. There's another missed rail as well. Punishing here, 2 more seconds to go before he can actually get in contact with the flag. Goes for the run right now, and there is the touch, and he needs to grab it. He's got it, and 2-0 now for the red team.
Yeah, and just showing a different style here, both of these teams, in terms of their defense. Aggressive style from Beyond on the defensive side. Was it the best idea? Didn't look that way. Let's see what Snickly Fritz, awesome nickname. I'll just throw that one out there.
Fritz, I like that. That's a stylish name. That's designed to screw over casters, and I can respect that.
And actually, we saw that DMP actually starting to work his way out, and those small crosses that you can see on the map, by the way, if you press E, they're basically a warning that you can throw out to your teammates if you spot your opponent. And there we are, Snickly Fritz is going to spot DMP for the first time, and actually he's going fairly aggressive onto his position. So far, Snickly Fritz not quite able to land the shots that he needed. He still has those 3 points, though, in terms of his health and armor, and that means that, you know, he's got a fair bit of time. He's got 1 second now until that goal is now capturable, and then 15 seconds to actually get in and pick up that objective. That's plenty of time still, and actually he's going to run straight in there. He's going to get the shot off. Is he going to get in on the flag, though? And he was straight in. Yeah, interesting attack style there. Took the tunnels, went right around the back side of them, which is something you've got to certainly get the timing perfect on. And your goal is now going to be open. What is Crippler going to go for? He's actually going to run straight in there.
Oh, he actually missed the gateway, and down he goes. And yeah, you might want to aim for the hole in the wall there.
But you can see that DMP has snuck around. Bit of a ninja here.
I'm liking this, actually. What we've seen in prior rounds is, especially Beyond, went for the quick snipes at the long range. Didn't nail it. The problem is when you do that, you reveal your position, because you can see exactly where that rail came from. Avoiding the presence of your opponent seems to be the way to go, and a nice start here for DMP. Grabs the snipe on Beta, and looks like he's got a great position to get the second one. Takes a hit, which knocks him down into the tunnel area. Needs to find a way back there. This is not a good place for DMP to be right now. Volley of rockets streaming past his face, and now has 5 seconds to try and get himself into the capture zone. Going for it right now. Knocked back once again. Eats another rocket. Can he actually make that happen? And he does not manage it. Beyond with the clutch defense right there.
Yeah, Seek was actually on top of the wall, and that goal here in a split second is going to be ready. Actually got the second kill in there as well. He's only got 1 point of armor, though. The 4 rockets come in. He's fell down. This is what we talked about. So dangerous, and there's the rocket, and there's the game for Zulu. 6-2 here. Obviously an all-female team. Be interesting to see how they go up against Raw Talent, who are actually a bunch of console players, and I say that in the least derogatory way possible.
Oh, that's a nice thing to say about someone. A bunch of console players. Yeah, that's...
Admittedly, they were actually pretty good console players. Accommodate for this little reaction.
Oh wow, he's in the line.
He's in a lot of trouble. All pushing it onto him. Did get the kill onto Spasmatic, though, and that's the start that he needed to carve for himself here as he moves in towards the goalpost with 3 seconds until it is active. There he is. He can now get in and try and pick that one up. Will get hit for the first time in this round, but he's going to make a run for it straight in. He goes, and unfortunately, not quite able to do it.
And the defensive team looking to try and concentrate their firepower in one area, but of course lacking one. Rocket launch, the second rail lands, nicely done. Mr. Waffles taking a small amount of damage, leaving only Kick and Rad on the defense. 2 more seconds before the cap comes in. Can Kick and Rad get the full combo? And a nice dodge behind it, and the simple answer is nope. Kick and Rad unable to do a damn thing as the one and only Mr. Waffles takes 4-0 lead here.
For me, he should just hide right now, wait for the countdown to start running out. Of course, Easy Peasy will just swarm around that goalpost. He's now giving his position away, and that means that he somehow has to try and get in there. He's going to try and make the jump, falls back down into the moat, and that leaves him with 10 seconds to climb back up once again and somehow try and get around there, which for me, he's not going to be able to manage in the time frame that is remaining, and wah, indeed. 5-0. For Easy Peasy.
There's another shot coming in, and neither of these guys getting the connection. There's the first bit of damage being inflicted on Pancakes. Goes for the flank around the side, actually, all the way up to the top, straight into...
Can't get out of there.
That is not a good place to be right now, and Pancakes is going to concede the first point after falling into a pit.
And actually, I did exactly the same earlier on when I was learning this map. And the guy here from Nadio said, yeah, can't get out of there, Joe.
Nope, you can't.
I was like, oh, really? Thanks for the information. Immortal Spawn is actually going to camp this one out. Interesting stuff. However, I've just seen a blue cross appear in front of him, which may indicate that they know his position. And well, the way that Botox Chicken just jumped up there didn't seem that way, and he's going to dive straight in onto the capture pole. Is he going to hold it? Yes, he is. And that is what we're talking about, the sudden jump down, the Superman right at the end. This time, it actually, the first time I called it Superman, it actually worked.
Yeah, it actually worked, didn't fall flat on its face, which is always nice to see.
Let's just take you a little bit through the tournament, because I saw a couple of questions in chat there. What's the system? It's going to be a double elimination best of 3 bracket. So if you lose here in the upper bracket, you've still got time down in the lower bracket to get things going. And the players just asking, warm up or can we go straight away? Well, that's really going to be their choice.
Yeah, there's an interesting map to look at here, and I think what we've seen in the previous map as well is it's so very easy to actually get trapped in an area where a volley of rockets is going to hit you, and Beyond Gaming suffered that time and time again with the sneakier approach actually costing them. As soon as their player was located, a volley of rockets went in their direction, and they simply had no room to maneuver.
So far, I have to give credit to Nadia, who, you know, traditionally a racing game developer. They've come out of the blocks flying with this game, in my opinion. For an alpha, it's ridiculously good in terms of its gameplay. It's lots of fun. Okay, there are still bugs in there, but that's why you have alpha testing and beta testing and, you know, stages there in between as well. And so far, I'm really impressed with how they've done with this game.
Well, what I like to see from that company is that they just give you the building blocks to create something cool. And
yes.
There's so many ways this game could actually evolve. As long as the engine behind it is good, as long as the building blocks are there, and as long as it works properly, you can make whatever you want with it. And we'll see some very interesting formats coming out. This is just one of the first formats that they came up with, and maybe it's not the one that actually gets picked up in the competitive scene. Maybe something else comes along.
And that's the thing, with the fact that you've got the mod tools, people will make their own. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me to see on day one someone recreating Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah.
In a few hours. Obviously, from the start, probably not going to be very good. But as things work, maybe we'll get a new competitive game that's not necessarily, you know, what Nadia are releasing, but they're giving us the building blocks to say, okay, guys, you go ahead, you mod our game and make of it what you will, which is something that, well, it infuriates me a little bit, actually. That so many companies just flat out refuse to even think about allowing modders.
Yeah, modding just seems to be so vital, and how, if you wanted to make a competitive game, you could ignore modding. Hey, come on, Counter-Strike was a mod originally. That should be enough proof. That should be all you need.
That was a facepalm moment